Okay, so emotionally, did this book wreck you? Welcome back to Two Bitches Reading and Reviewing. We're your hosts. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Bree.
And today we'll be reviewing My Keen Knife by Anna Davis. So this video, we're going to do a non-spoiler version at the beginning, so you're free to watch up until this timestamp point. Mm-hmm. Then we're going to be getting into our spoiler version.
The nitty-gritty.
The nitty-gritty. That.
Yes. and then they lock. And then they lock. And
that
then they
that
lock
part gave
in.
me chills. So Brie, tell them what this book is about.
This gem of a book is a YA dark fantasy retelling of Shakespeare's Macbeth, which is set in a Portugal-inspired country. So it follows our three morally gray characters. Adelina is a teenage girl who must ruthlessly kill her way to the throne after her brother's murder. Jazz, love him, who can talk to the dead. And his brother Seba, who will stop at nothing to achieve greatness. And they're going to try to unravel the secrets of their destinies. And just know it's a twist and turner.
Oh, yeah.
It's a shock, and
you're jerked in every direction.
You're
Your
jerked in
emotions
every direction.
are going to be up and down. You're going to be all sorts of... You're going to be on the ceiling in part 2.
So this book, think Six of Crows meets Shakespeare.
With a little sprinkle of Sabriel by Garth Nix.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you like books like Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, if you like Cruel Prince by Holly Black,
One Dark Window, Rachel Gillig, even Three Dark Crowns by Kendra Blake, it all gives that like darker Victorian-esque dark fantasy. Morally gray, yeah. So it's really, really good.
You'll love this. Now, if you're not fans of like the horror kind of
gore.
Yeah, it's a pretty gory. If you also don't like
the morally gray where it's like not really redeemable. Not really redeemable. And there is kind of a fall from grace.
Yeah.
Kind of trope in here too. So
if you're not fans of those,
if you don't vibe with those, maybe not read this. Mm-hmm. But everyone else,
this is here for you.
This is here for you.
Also, if you guys haven't watched our interview with Anna Davis, go check that out. I'll link it below. We did a full interview with her where she talked about her process of writing this book. So you'll get her insight as an author, a debut author, by the way. This is her first book. So you can go check that out and then come back to this video and watch our full review.
So starting with our non-spoiler section, let's break it down.
Okay, so Characters. I feel like that's going to be the driving force of this book.
Yeah.
Were the characters. We have our main Adelina, Jazz, and Seba.
Yeah.
So what did you think of them?
So we know Seba and Jazz, they're like adopted foster brothers. Mm-hmm. I loved their dynamic, their duo.
Yeah.
I like how Jazz is kind of the talented one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, their dynamic is interesting.
Because, Jazz is, the talented, protective brother. Mm-hmm.
But he's also, the outcast.
But he's also, the outcast. While Seba is the more cheeky, charismatic.
But he's also a little weak.
But he's also, and almost meek. Yeah. So it's really interesting to try to, piece together his character. Mm-hmm. But I think as it evolves and things happen, you see where his character, both sides of what his character can turn into. So that was good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, their dynamic together feels very, we're locked in.
Yeah.
But also,
there's definitely something
there's tension in there. It's an underlying tension that you don't know why. Mm-hmm. But yeah, love them. Jazz, that's my baby. That's our baby. That's our baby. I love him. So sweet. And I think based on her... I think it's her official, fan art for them. Mm-hmm. Jazz is kind of that Eastern Asian, Chinese kind of feel descent, while Seba is more that Spanish, Portuguese kind of look. But then it's so fun because they're we're brothers. And look nothing alike, but we're brothers. So I love that. And then Adelina.
Mm-hmm. Wait, it's giving a darker shade of magic. Yeah. Also, if you like a darker shade of magic, I think you'll also like this.
Oh my god, yes.
Why didn't we say that before?
I literally, in our interview, I said that. Anyways, yeah, so it literally gives that, like, we're brothers. We both come from, like, shitty backgrounds. Mm-hmm. We're ride or die? Question mark? But yes. But question mark? So it's fun seeing them, right? Mm-hmm. So that's their own journey. But then we have Adelina.
Yeah, Adelina comes in hot, too.
Comes in hot.
First chapter. She's ready to get down and dirty. She's brutal.
And it's fun because, like, she's, like, I feel like she is for the main part of the book, the driving, like, morally gray, non-redeemable. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'll do whatever it takes. I don't care.
And you know what? I eat it up.
Yeah.
I don't even... It's not in an annoying way, because, you know, sometimes, like, we've had characters in the past where you're kind of like, okay.
I'm bad, and it's like...
yeah, okay, shut up. You're annoying. No, Adelina is so...
well-crafted.
Interesting.
In the way that's, like, I have one goal, I will do what I need to do.
And, like, I'm kind of, like, rooting for her.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, because there is a lot to kind of be like, look, I understand why she's doing what she's doing, and there is, like, a good seed in there of why she's doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
But also, see, with her upbringing, she has that kind of...
mentality.
Yeah, a little pompous.
She's a princess.
She's a princess.
You know, like,
and she's going to be a queen one day, you know.
So...
But she's like, don't fuck with me.
And I do fuck with her, though.
And I do fuck with her. It's like, you're kind of rooting for the bad character.
Yeah, but also... I don't know. You have to read it.
It's so good. No, yeah. So those are our main three characters. Is there anybody else we want to touch on?
We've got some, like, witches, like, classic Macbeth. Like, there are some elements to that are in here. Yeah. I haven't read Macbeth in a minute.
Yeah. And I haven't even seen the movie in a minute, too.
Oh, there's a movie?
There's a couple.
I'm sure there's a lot of movies, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't need to have read that, though, to enjoy this. There are some, like we said, like, Easter eggs and, like, some quotes, like, double, toil and trouble, or, like, pricking this way comes, or whatever. So, like, there's, like, little things like that where if you know it, it's like, hey.
Yeah.
And it's well interwoven into the story. But you don't need to know to read this and enjoy it.
But then as you're reading it, you kind of feel that Macbeth kind of epic Shakespeare type structure. So it's cool, but it doesn't... it's not on my forefront, like, what happens. So you're still, like, surprised and has its own thing. So.
And, like, this makes me want to read Macbeth.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like this was so good.
Was it?
Yeah.
And then, like, if I had known that Macbeth, like, for real, like, could I have seen this happening? Exactly. Or, you know?
Yes, exactly. So I'm curious for people who are, like, really big fans of Shakespeare and Macbeth.
Yeah.
If you read this, like, how close was it? Like, let us know.
Yeah.
Because
Anna Davis, like, she said in our interview, like, she knows Macbeth. She studied it's her favorite play. Like, so I think she definitely would have done this justice.
Yeah.
Did do it justice. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then going into, like, the plot. So, like, regardless of Macbeth.
Right.
The plot. Mm-hmm. There were so many twists.
And it's like, we get the structure, kind of the build-up.
Right.
Of, like, okay.
Like, so, Act 1, Act 2.
Yeah. And then... I feel like at first it comes off a little slower.
It does. For me, when I was reading it the first half, like, everything was interesting, but the first half was slow.
Yeah.
And I didn't quite know the characters well enough, you know, to be like, okay, like, it's really, really drawing me in. But then once I got to the, like, halfway point, like, it was...
Oh my God.
I ate it up in one day.
It's like, you're coming up, all right.
It's like good.
Okay, prophecies and destinies and betrayal and this. Okay, where's it going? And then...
It just...
And you're
out of the couch.
One thing after another.
And, Anna, girl, what were you doing? Because, like, she'll just drop a little something, and then you're like, that's literally a twist. And it's, like, not even, like, oh, yeah, and then I just did this. And we'll talk about that in the spoiler section, because there's one specific line that we need to talk about that's not talked about enough by the characters.
Yep.
And I'm waiting for it to drop in book 2. That's going to be coming out next year on October 6th, by the way, guys.
So grab this and read it if possible.
And then pre-order.
And then let's read that together.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, so overall, plot, great.
Yeah, great plot.
Pacing, little iffy at first, but then it gets crazy towards the end, so I'm not mad at it.
No.
And then the writing itself, what's your thoughts?
For me, I thought the writing was really good. Yeah. I don't come from that brain of like, oh, my writing needs to be like this way or this way. Like, I don't have that academic, I don't know how to describe it, but I enjoyed it. It was easy to read. It wasn't like too complex, but it wasn't like too basic where I was just like, okay, I feel like I'm reading to a toddler, you know? Yeah. So I thought it was really well written in my head. But
and I know I pay attention. Like, the writing is
that's where you need to listen right here.
That's the biggest part of me when it comes to like, am I going to enjoy this book, is how well the writing is. And for this, especially being debut, her first book, everything, I thought it was very well written. So
Stamp of approval.
I was like, okay, good. It was more like characters I'm still trying to, kind of understand, and then the plot's kind of coming together. But I think the way she wrote it definitely helped to like interweave the world building with the characters, with the plot very well. I love the little quotes, weren't too cheesy or anything. No. It was perfect, little like homage to Macbeth and Shakespeare. So overall, very strong. Mm-hmm. That was the main thing I noticed when I first started reading. I was like, oh, okay, no, it's good.
Strong writing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Happy with that.
Yeah. And then going into like, so this is a Portugal-inspired. So like the setting and the vibes were giving, medieval times. For sure. But also it did have that Portugal twist, which I enjoyed because I don't read a lot of books that are set in that area. Yeah. So it was fun, especially like when we were following like Jazz and Seba through town and like getting the castles and stuff. And Anna said like she's visited Portugal many times because she has family there and stuff, and she would just spend her days like walking around castles and shit. And I'm like, that's so incredible. Sick. Yeah. So I'm sure that this is just literally a perfect homage to her family's home.
Because it didn't feel like almost like overdone or too out of the kind of like castle-y vibe, Shakespeare, Victorian kind of feel. With that nice like, it didn't feel like overdone or like, I don't know how to explain, like too different from like a Victorian aspect. I don't know.
No,
I think it was really well done, and I really liked when they were traveling, and you kind of got a little tidbits here and there of like, oh, Portugal. But yeah, I think it was really fun. I think it was really well done.
Agreed. And then not only are the character's good, the setting's great, the writing is wonderful, but we also have really great representation in this book. So we have some bi representation, we have non-binary. I would say ace. Yeah. I don't know if that's like
I think it is.
But like that's what I got. Yeah. But I think that it'll be really solidified in book 2. Yeah. So I'm excited to kind of see
because you definitely get the hints of the ace, arrow ace too. And then I went to go look it up and I'm like, okay, is this are we just getting the vibe or is it confirmed? I think it is canon.
Oh, okay.
From what I read. But yeah, I loved it. I feel like it gave dimension to the characters.
Absolutely.
It kind of added complexities to some relationships.
Yeah, which I'm so excited to dive even further into book 2 because I still have some questions about certain relationships that we saw.
Right.
But what I love about this book is the main relationships are not romantic.
Right.
And that is what I feel like we're missing a lot of in these books is like, it's almost like the romance is like, oh, yeah, I have to add romance. Yeah. Gotta put it in. Okay, let me just write it in. Okay, yeah, these two characters, perfect. Let me have them have a romance arc. I didn't feel like I was missing anything.
Right.
I felt like this was way more interesting to get.
For the story, for the plot, for the characters themselves and what journey they were going on. I think the romance that they did have was like just the perfect amount.
And it's slow burn too.
It's slow burn, yeah.
Because like I said, like pretty much no romance, endgame, or anything in this one.
Yeah.
So I'm like, book 2 though, what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what I'm like, I love it, I can't wait, it better happen.
I'm so excited for that. So in our spoiler section, we'll go more in depth. But but really cool.
Really well done. And I'm glad, because I'm not a huge romance fan, especially when it comes to fantasy books. But the amount that we got here with a little arrow ace type of feel, I'm like...
Yeah. And I will say, when I first got this, and I saw, okay, it's 2 men and a woman.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a love triangle?
Right.
And I was like, just dreading. I was just waiting.
Yeah.
And it never came. It never came.
Because relationships you do get.
I mean, technically, you could say there was a love triangle.
Technically, there was.
There was.
Which I was like, when I read that, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I know. But look.
Adds a layer of complexity that I needed.
But not the main. Not the
main trio.
And don't worry about it, okay? If you don't love love triangles. She hates love triangles.
The bane of my existence.
And she loves this book, so don't click out yet. Stay with us.
There is like hints of a romance. So if you do like romance,
it is in here.
It is in here. It won't be as like, One Dark Window or, Fourth Wing type.
Cruel Prince.
Cruel Prince, no. Yeah. But it still is enough. And you see some crumbs that like, oh, that might build into something else in book 2. Mm-hmm. So don't not read it if you like fantasy or romance.
Yeah. Still read it.
Because I think it's going to get there.
Yeah, because the little, like, crumbs that you get, you're like thank you.
Good. That's really good.
And it's just leading us to the cake, and I'm ready for the cake.
Yeah.
Okay, so emotionally, did this book wreck you?
Not wreck, but shook me.
Mm-hmm. My jaw was on the floor.
Because I'm
multiple times.
Yeah, at first I'm like, all right. Mm-hmm. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, and then. And then you're going, okay. Oh.
Because then you get the other thing that's like, throughout that.
And then when you get to, and then they lock in. And then they lock. And
that part gave me chills. That part gave me chills. And then they lock
in. Yeah. So that's the emotional aspect you'll get from this.
Absolutely. We don't need words.
We don't need words. Just feel that. Mm-hmm. You will.
Okay, so getting into like rating breakdowns.
Yeah.
Character-wise, what would you rate this like out of 5 stars?
Each character or just all the characters as a whole?
All the characters in general.
I'm going to give them a 4 stars.
Okay. I would also, I think, give them like a 4, maybe a 4.5. Maybe a 4.25.
See, I was thinking 3.75 or 4 star. That's only because of the one character I was still like, who are you?
Right. With Seba.
Yeah.
I think I'm just like, I love how really great they are.
Yes, like Adelina.
Yeah.
Strong 4. Seba, 3.75. Mm-hmm. But also, I feel like in the next book,
he's gonna be
4. And then Jazz.
That's our baby.
I love you.
But, okay, if you guys have been watching our channel for a while, like, I feel like you get what our vibes are for books and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I feel like some of you might be surprised how much I like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I read Poppy War and, like, I liked it, but it was really dark for me, and I gave it, like, maybe an average of, like, a 3.5, 4-star rating overall. This, though, I don't know. There was something in this that really just made me like it.
Because I feel like it wasn't as, like, dark, like, politically.
Trauma.
Like, like, it wasn't like, let's, deep dive on this topic.
Yeah.
But it was more just like, let's go in that horror gore. Yeah. Not too much, but it does have a little gore in there.
There's a lot of death, murder,
betrayal. It kind of felt like that kind of dark. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't as heavy.
Yeah. But like, I was eating it up.
But still, I was surprised. Yeah. It still wasn't that darker aspect.
Yeah, because usually I'm like over here with like, oh, my whimsy, lighthearted book.
Yeah.
I loved it though.
Yeah.
And, like, the main, like, all the characters kind of being that morally gray, like, leaning on dark.
Yeah, and it's like it wasn't a morally gray where, like, oh, they're doing the bad thing for the right reason.
No.
It was like, we're kind of doing the bad thing for our own reasons, and it might be bad, but it also could be good.
And I loved it, which surprises me, even now, but I loved it. So
I think that was refreshing to see, too.
Yeah, and so I think that's why I'm rating it so high, like, I'm going to say a 4.25.
Yeah.
Out of 5 for the characters.
For sure.
Okay, and then plot. What would you give plot? Plot was really good.
Because, like...
I know. Because I'm waiting for, like, the next book to, like, just keep going.
And the next book is gonna blow my mind because like
I know
we're about to do this. How like where? Okay, for plot,
I'm really trying to think. I think I have to give it a 4.
I'm 4. Yeah,
I think a solid 4 just because the first half, and I know this kind of goes into like pacing.
Yeah,
but like the plot, I wasn't quite sure where we were going in the first half.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, like I get the basics of what's happening with like Adelina and her story, but like with the boys, I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah.
Until we got to like
that tipping point.
Yeah, the divulging and then the tipping.
Yeah.
So I would say 4 for me.
I'll say 4.25. Just because like I know we're a little slightly different in like I don't mind a slower build if the pieces I'm getting are kind of like sustaining me.
Absolutely.
And I still have that curiosity on some things. I think like the second, third-ish, because I know like tipping point's in there. That's where kind of like, okay, we're kind of doing the same thing, but like when are we gonna get, and then we get to it.
And then we get to it.
So, but still, as a plot, I'm gonna still give 4.25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what about writing?
Okay, let's wrap in the pacing and structure in the writing. Let's do it into this one.
Then I think that I have to give this one a 4 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give it a 4 as well.
Yeah. Again, just because like that second half was pretty slow for me. But then when you get to the second point, I kid you not, read that in a day.
Yeah.
I read like the first half in like maybe 3 or 4 days.
Same. And then once we got to that midway point, the rest I finished in the same day.
So that, I don't even care if that puts it up way high for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will do 3.75. No, I'm doing 4. Cause I just like the last half was so strong.
Yeah.
But it's not like the first half was weaker by any means. Because the where the story's going, the mystery kind of, the pieces we're getting was still really intriguing. It was just like putting it into action we were waiting on. But still, solid 4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what would you give it, like, for enjoyment and vibes? I'm not even gonna lie, I might give it a 5.
I know it was like 4.5.
I know, just because, like, especially the more we talk about it, the more like, excited I get about wanting to talk about it. Yeah. And I feel like that should tell me that it's a 5.
And you know what should also tell me, like, that I should rate it higher is when I want to reread it. I'm not a rereader.
No.
And I'm genuinely like, I could actually reread this pretty soon.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to.
I know, especially because, again, when we get into our spoiler version of this in the next half, we'll, like, dive deeper. But there's one thing that gets revealed in the second half that is, like, a game changer. Yeah. Actually, there's, like, 2 things.
There's like couple.
There's actually a bunch of things.
Yeah.
But like
for your specific. Yeah.
That like I'm gonna read it different.
Exactly. Because I kind of want to read to see like what pieces were I missing.
Yes, exactly.
For that lead up, you know? So like to get that other like view of it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm gonna get 4.5.
And then what was your full rating of the book? Like, just all together?
Well, now I feel like I should raise it.
What'd you have it originally?
But originally, right when I finished reading it,
yeah,
I think overall I gave it a 4.
Same.
But now, because we've interviewed Anna, we've kind of deep dive in a way the book.
Do you want to give it a 4.5? 4.25?
I think let's go to 4.25.
I think I'm on a 4.25 roll as well.
Yeah.
Just because, like, it is, I mean, you and I change our ratings a lot.
All the time.
Especially after we talk to each other, because, like, we get each other excited.
Or it's like...
Oh, I never thought of it like that.
But then when you do say that, you're right.
You're right. I didn't like that.
4.25.
I'm going to say 4.25 as well.
Yeah. Okay, real quick, what do you think the next book rating is going to be? Just based off of here.
If we start at the high, which we ended on a high, and like you have to start right where we ended. It might be a 5.
I know.
Genuinely, I'm not even fucking with you.
Yeah.
If it starts at the same high that we left on, and if it keeps that second half of the book, it would be 5 stars.
I'm thinking that too, because I love a kind of spiral. I don't know if this will go into it, but it could. like a spiral into madness.
Yeah.
Or like a fall from grace. Like that, everything is going wrong. Like, this is primed for that.
Because isn't Macbeth the Mad King? Wasn't that like the nickname of the character?
Yeah.
So like, I definitely could see that.
And I see it already a little bit. And I'm excited for it. So I'm going to say at least, I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. We hyping this book up. Like, it's so true.
It's really
like,
good.
Genuinely.
Really good.
Oh, sorry. Book 2, she just recently announced. It's called Our Bloody Souls. And that comes out October 6th, 2026.
Anna, send us our pre-orders.
Can you give us, like, 2 of the physical?
Please.
I need it.
Yeah, because so Anna did gift us the physical arc, and then she also gave us the e-arc as well.
Yeah, and that's how I read
it.
And then you read the physical one. Yeah.
I don't read ebooks.
I don't mind ebook. I like them.
Yeah. Phone screen.
I know. You know. But I like when I can scroll, like just endless scroll. Because sometimes when I'm like turning pages, at least on an ebook, like some reason I'm like, I don't like it. I feel like I'm not doing it. I don't know. But yeah. So Anna.
Also, sorry, like, I don't know if or when she's going to do an audiobook, but could you imagine an audiobook of this? It would eat. It would eat. Like, especially if she has the different narrators.
Yeah, I think at least the 3. And then, another one for the
that'd be good. I could see a graphic audio, because could you imagine the witches? And like when they do the prophecies?
Yes.
Oh, it would eat Anna.
Okay, so look up for an audio. Don't know if we're getting one when, but we need that. We need at least 3 narrators. I'm saying a 4th to add that, if you know what I mean.
Unless they just have the other, just like a different voice.
Yes. Okay. 3 at least.
At least. Stop. Spoilers ahead.
Yeah. For
the book. So don't go further until you've read it, but then come back.
Okay. Because we need to discuss this. Okay.
I want to go straight into the plot twist.
Yes.
Because this is like the biggest point for me. Jazz. He's got someone talking in his head. Okay, at first, I thought, okay, so maybe it's like a god, because they talk about all these different gods.
And the Encantada, and something.
The main one?
Yeah, I think it's like Encantada? I know I'm not saying that right. Something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like a demon creature god type of thing. And that's what I was thinking it was too.
Yeah.
I also thought that it was Seba's mom. Just because they reference...
Which is crazy. I did not see it coming.
But the reasoning behind it, because it is Seba's mom.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
I know. I feel like I'm like scared to talk about spoilers.
I know. So it's Seba's mom. But the reasoning behind it, I had no idea. But I only thought that because some of the stuff they're talking about, because it's like, it's not a good voice in the head. And it's like, no, you're worthless. Like, this all because of you. His life is shitty because of you. So I'm like, okay. Is this like the mom?
It makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Because the voicing is like, get him out of this little now. Get him out. Like,
and there's always kind of saying, like, protect Seba. And also, like, but you're the reason why.
Yeah, you and your demonic abilities got him here. Get him out.
Yeah. So I'm like, is it... And, like, it was weak for me because I was like, nah. But, like, is it the mom? But also how in the world would that tie in? But then we come to find... And then this thing I knew.
Tell me.
So when they referenced their like foster mom, whatever, Hala, she is an alchemist, not supposed to be. It's like, but yeah, so they were raised with the alchemist, all right, and then Hala's like, we've gotten, it's like her resurrection type spell thingy that never works, and da 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 da, and I was thinking like, what if she's trying to recreate what she did? Because that's why Jazz can speak to the dead and see ghosts, because she tried to resurrect him, but like something fucked up and that's why he can see, or something like that.
That's crazy. You're so good.
But this is usually you.
I know. Usually I did not see any of it coming.
And it's crazy how I do, because like, what the fuck? I'm just like, let's just read it and then try to be surprised.
And that was me though this time.
Yeah.
Like I was I don't know if I was actually trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
I was kind of just going along for the ride on this one.
Right.
But I was not.
But it's more like I'll read a line and I'm like, Anna, or sorry, I always call her Anna, but it's Anna. I'm like, Anna, did you put that there for a reason? Is that a clue? Why is that a clue? You know? So yeah, I was like, okay. And then I feel like, oh, it's solidified when we learned that Jazz has all those scars. And it kind of knots at his heart. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep.
So he was resurrected.
Yep. Using Seba's mom soul in a way.
Yeah.
Her soul, right?
Because she was her life force
there. Yeah.
Because she was somewhere else. Dead. Yeah. And I kind of forgot because it was like a witchy blood magic.
Yeah, it was like, yeah. But they were like, how did they get her blood? And so like, you needed more than that.
Yeah. I feel like we need to get more from
I know. Or maybe I just need to reread it.
I know, literally. So, killed the mom to resurrect Jazz, who was pregnant, or was the baby that was pregnant in the woman, right?
No, that was something else.
Oh, that is something else. That was one of my theories.
Yeah, you thought
that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. That's my theory. But that was just a bastard son. But like, why?
They just killed them.
So that like the coin, whatever, was just from a bastard son. But I'm like, why did they go through all this to resurrect Jazz?
I know. Yeah.
You know, 'cause I'm like, maybe he is, and like that's how he's gonna be like king, because like if the bastard would technically have a like.
You think Jazz is gonna be king?
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
Honestly, I don't know Macbeth enough.
I almost didn't want to read it or watch it again. Like, I don't want to like get any type of like spoiler.
I know, same. But I'm also like,
I know, but I'm like, wait.
I have to wait till next year though. So like, let me get the first version.
So like, I'm thinking like, why would the baby was already dead, Jazz, but then they still did all of this work to resurrect him. So I'm thinking like, is he the baby that the woman, so like he's the bastard of the king, and that's how he has like a line to the throne in a way. So that was like what I was thinking.
Right. Yeah, I have no idea. No idea. I kind of want everyone to die.
I know.
Because isn't Macbeth a tragedy? Don't they all die?
Yeah.
And I kind of want that. Because you never get that in books. I kind of want that.
I know.
Although, okay, wait. I'm going like out of order, but like I want Jazz to have a happy ending with Delilah. That's our little romance seed in there.
I love them. Because it's so little. But also it's like, where's Jazz?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, Delilah, she's like, oh. Like at first, like, okay, you know, Adelina, you're my girl, so let's stick beside you.
Grew up together,
but also like,
but was raised to be her handmaid, like,
and she's a witch,
which is a reveal.
And then Adelina was like,
and knows it.
Yeah, and then Adelina goes, I'll report you to the people if you don't fucking do this.
He's so brutal, and I love it.
Adelina, I'm supposed to be your best friend since childhood.
No, Adelina doesn't have friends.
She don't. She really don't.
I think she's like the definition of a psychopath.
Yes.
Like, Adelina is a psychopath.
But also to see she's kind of scared of Seba. Bitch. And then Seba? Before we get to that, we're gonna get him to the beach. Oh.
Yeah, that was a fucking throwaway line. Because, okay, in this... I know, we're everywhere. This, guys. Okay. So, we're building up, okay, in the beginning of the story. Adelina has her prophecy. She's got to be queen. Her brother, like, just died and all this shit, okay? She has to be queen because she can't die from not completing her prophecy. So, then, later, Jazz and Seba, they're walking along. They come across the three witches who give them a prophecy saying, which we learn... Adelina paid the witches to give them the prophecy. And this whole prophecy was a driving force for Seba. Yeah, this is literally Seba's whole reason for doing everything that he's doing is because this prophecy. Because they believe that, like, if you don't follow the prophecy and if you make sure, like, it doesn't happen, that you're going to be punished by, like, their god. Yeah. So... like, they'll die, pretty much.
Yeah, and so Seba's always like, my prophecy was, like, to be king. I have to do this because I have to fulfill my prophecy. Yeah. So then to find out, that was all orchestrated.
By Adelina. And it literally was one line. It was one line where Adelina tells, I forget who she wasn't even telling anyone. I think she was thinking it or something. But she's like, oh yeah, and like I even paid those witches to do this. No one knows. Seba doesn't know. Jazz doesn't know.
Because even Seba went to the cellar to talk to the witch who gave him the prophecy. They spoke together.
And this was after we already know that Adelina paid them.
But she didn't say anything.
And Adelina wasn't there. It was Delilah and Seba who went to the witch, and the witch could have said something to rat out Adelina because she's in prison. She's getting her magic drained out of her. So yeah, I could see her trying to like, oh, also, by the way, you know, get Adelina back.
Yeah.
But she doesn't. So I'm like, what's going on with that?
And like, is he going to get a real prophecy later? And then I was like, well, that's contradicting to the prophecy. Why would I get... And then he realizes...
Do you think that Adelina paid the witches, but also the witches said a true prophecy?
Like, yeah, we're paid, but like, now I have to tell you the actual...
What if it's that? So that witches actually played Adelina.
Because like, yeah, okay, sure. But then when we see him...
I'll take the money.
Boom. Like, there's an actual prophecy I have to give you.
I feel like it's that.
Back to the beach. So then, Seb and Adelina are kind of like, you know, we're going to be, you know, king and queen, whatever, okay. We got to go go to the underworld type thing. Because they needed to take Jazz, which by this point we learned, or Seba found out, that it was Jazz's life, which is the reason for his mom being dead.
Yeah.
And
Seba, you are an overreactor.
He was a baby. He was dead.
He didn't choose to do that. Yeah, he knew the whole time and he could have told you, but like, what difference would it have made?
And like, isn't that like, hey, I'm only alive because your mom's dead. But like, can we be brothers still? You know, like, why would you... What would that...
Yeah. Like, yeah, okay, that was a sucky secret.
Yeah.
But blame Hala.
Yes.
Don't blame your brother who's protected you and loved you for all of these years. Because, like, Seba doesn't know that his mom is in Jazz's head. Because Jazz didn't tell him that. Because, why does he need to know? So...
No, yeah, he did.
Did he?
He says, like, yeah, she's been telling me. She's been talking to me. And it's your mom.
Oh, I forgot that part.
But still. So then, he's already like, yeah, that's not my brother anymore. Like, he's dead to me. So they go to the beach. Because they're like, we need to open up the thingy.
But then you fucking put a fucking rock to his head and almost kill him?
And then you go to hit him again? And Adelina has to stop you?
And this is Seba, who is not a fighter.
He's like, oh, I'm meek, and, you know, it's always Jazz who steps in to take care of me and protect me.
And, like, he doesn't want to hurt anybody. Like, you know, physical violence is not, like, his thing.
I don't have it in me to kill. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
And then you go after your brother? So, completely betrayed. And then he betrays him, right? He's down there. He knows, oh, you know, they trapped me down. But, like, I deserve it. Let me do this for Seba, for my brother, because you're right. I do deserve this, and I need to kind of make it up for him. Right. So he's there. Jazz in the underworld with the lady, which we find out isn't a goddess, but a princess from back in the day who got trapped down there.
By Sebastiano?
Yeah, by Sebastiano.
The original... king.
Yeah. Who like the savior of them kind of thing.
Yeah. And who Seba is named after.
Yeah.
Adelina's ancestor.
Yeah.
And he trapped her there in these like chains to hold back the tide.
And like it's her chains that are tied to whoever's the king and queen, the king at the time. So like
and they keep her there.
Yeah. And
they have the power to unlock her.
Yeah. So
they won't.
One king dies, her chains get transferred to the next king or whatever. Mm-hmm. And supposedly Adelina, she's supposed to be like, I'm going to kill them all, I'm going to be queen, and then I'll release you. Mm-hmm. But by that time, we don't know how it goes down, but it looks like she's not in control of the chains. But then, Jazz underneath there, we go to the room. The king comes to confront...
Oh, yeah.
Her uncle comes to confront her. Like, no, you can't play me. I know you.
Yeah.
Kill him or me. Or it's you or him. Da-da-da.
And then Seba, you know, he's kind of bad at lying this whole time.
Yeah.
But, like, he pulls out this whole love declaration to Adelina. Yeah. And we're like, oh, like, okay, like, he's just trying to, like, really play this up. We're in love. Like, and, like, he goes over, I think he kisses her. That's their first kiss. Yeah. And, like, hugs her. And then, like, steps away and he's like, you know, sad. Like, you can't tell us our love's a lie, whatever. And Adelina's even like, okay. Whatever. And then they're arguing. He's about to fucking kill Adelina.
The uncle.
The uncle.
Like, you better choose. And she's like, oh, well. You can see she's probably going to choose Jazz. Seba. And then Seba comes and kills the king.
Cuts his throat. And the blood, like, the way that this was described was so chilling. And even I literally just flipped to it because it was like, right here. So yeah, the king, choose you or him. Fair is foul and foul is fair. The plan was finished. Do not be afraid to survive Lady Malves. But she could still find a way to be queen. She could still go on and to be a little wicked when you do. And then she's about to respond. There was a sound like a bucket scraping across wet sand, a startled cough, and then a spray of something hot and wet all over Adelina's face and clothes. She barely had the sense to back up before her uncle collapsed, slamming into her and crashing onto the ground with a yell. There was a sound like gurgling and then drowning. Her uncle twitched on the ground in front of her, blood pouring from the open slash across his neck and soaking across the floorboards. Adelina was left staring at Seba, whose front was speckled with dark red, a dripping dagger still raised in his blood-soaked left hand. When I read that, my jaw's on the fucking floor.
The floor.
So, Seba did this premeditatively because when he was doing the declaration to Adelina,
when he kissed her, he grabbed her dagger
out of her waist,
which she didn't realize.
So he was like, I know Adelina will not kill her uncle.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how he knew because Adelina, she's like willing to, or she says she's willing to kill her parents. She's willing to kill her whole family.
But he knew, and it wasn't even like I knew you wouldn't save me. He was like, no, I know if it's you and me, you're gonna, sacrifice me. So I have to protect us and me.
And then the conversation that they have, like, even Adelina, this is like the most like
she is shocked.
Scared.
Yes.
I think she was genuinely scared of Seba in that moment. And she's like, Seba? And then he goes, yes, dear? Because he couldn't think of anything else. And they're like, what did you do? You took my knife. And then Adelina's all like, no, like, I would have handled it. I would have done it. He was going to kill you. Seba wanted to finish. He was going to kill you. But he knew Adelina too well for that. She would have told the king to kill Seba. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't have even been a question in her mind. One of us had to die, Seba amended, either me or the king. Adelina's jaw tightened. I was handling it. That is what I do. I handle things. You are supposed to do as I say. I saved our lives, Adelina. No, you sentenced us. And then just Seba being like, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't matter. And then I just, like...
What is it like? I choose you.
I choose you. I choose you, Adelina.
Do you see this fall from grace? This beginning to a spiral into madness?
But also this locking
But then he's like, no, we're locked in.
Like, you're stuck with me now, and I'm stuck with you.
You're a sociopath, I'm a psychopath, bitch. Yeah. And we're locked in.
And then, like, as the story keeps going, like, they really do. Adelina does, like, because I feel like that was Seba's locking in.
Yeah.
And then Adelina locks in later, though, because she's, like, they have to separate.
Yeah.
Right? So Adelina has to go deal with this other thing while they finish that with Delilah.
Yeah.
And so before Seba leaves, Adelina and him have a little conversation where she's all like, they have to go tell, I don't know how to say his name, Calixto? They have to go, like trick him into getting him into a certain place.
Yeah, so they can kill him. Yeah. And she has to kill her dad and
Yeah. She gives him a a sword? Wait. Oh, no, it's a gun. Yeah, the gun that was her uncle's pistol. Okay, she hands it to him, and they're, like, private talking.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, what about the knife? This will be better for long distance. She leaned in, and he smelled coffee on her breath. Remember to use it. On anyone. Her eyes momentarily flicked to where Dahlia was... Oh, it's Delilah, sorry.
Delilah.
Delilah was looking over the poker, and Seba understood. On anyone. He tucked the pistol into his waistband, pressed his hand against her back, and bent so his lips were at her ear. They still had a romance to play up, after all. Remember to be ruthless, he whispered. Ruthless enough to kill your father, ruthless enough to follow through with the plan, ruthless enough not to betray me.
And I feel like if anyone that she could, like, kind of sacrifice to show, like, we're locked in would be Delilah. Mm-hmm. So she's like, yeah, kill whoever you need.
Anyone. And dang, Seba should have. Because he thought about it at one point. Because he almost did. Because she was like, you gotta,
She, like, basically, says, exposes everything. Yeah. But the last one was just, like...
one little detail.
But it was her that killed the king. Yeah. Whatever. But I'm like, I don't know. Because I'm...
Because, okay, so the end. We gotta talk about the end here.
Yeah.
So, we have Delilah, Seba, and Calixto. They're all holding the,
his rod.
Yeah.
And, like, the plan was for the lightning to go through Calixto and to kill him. Uh-huh. But then just to make enough magic so, like, Seba won't get hurt.
Yeah, and then the Delilah won't get hurt. Yeah. But we end with it going to Seba? Like, Seba feels pain.
Yeah.
And so we assume that instead of choosing Calixto for the lightning to go through, Seba.
Yeah.
But do we think that, like, I don't know.
I feel like it might have been planned because right before we killed the king, right? Mm-hmm. Delilah was there, and then the squire or whatever, got called away by Calixto's squire or whatever, and was like, you need to go right now. This is so important. We have to go. Like, really pressuring her, like, you need to come with me. So she's like, okay. So she leaves. But then when she comes back, she's like, it was just to, like, plan, like, what your courses for your meal were. Just to plan, like, your dinner. But that was way too, you need to come with us right now. And then, the Calixto fell sick, so that's why I had to come back. I don't know. I feel like, hey, come here. Let's make a plan with Calixto. We come here. I'm lying to you, but you're kind of like, we gotta pretend. Then I sacrifice or whatever Seba, not you. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know if there's an alliance there or something.
I don't know, but I'm also wondering if it was just to get Delilah out of there so that the uncle could come in.
But I feel like if the uncle came in, the king, they would just been like, you're dismissed. I don't know. I just feel like there was something there. But even if not, I feel like no matter what, Delilah was gonna betray Adelina and Seba because she loves Jazz and is like, I know. Jazz is on the right side of this.
Right. But, like, she doesn't know what happened to Jazz. Like, how much does she know?
I know.
Because they're lying to everybody, like, about where Jazz is. They're like, oh, he went with his, like, to his family. Yeah. He's sad that Hala died. Like,
yeah. And she's like, it's like a weird time. And then they're gonna, like, flood the castle. And, like, well, about the witches? What about the witches? She's a witch. Yeah. Not that she cares.
And, like, her whole thing was, like, we gotta save the witches, though.
Yeah. She's like, relax. Like, we have to do this to, like, save them later. That, like, very much brushing her off. I think it's just adding to Delilah to betray her.
Right. But, like, did she actually?
I think she... Oh, my God.
I'm just like, what is the ending? And then, so you have the goddess and Austria.
Yeah.
And Jazz in this kind of, like, I don't even know. Like, it is a physical place, but it's also, like, not.
I know. It's like a underworld purgatory.
Yeah.
Maybe. Something.
But he's with her, and their time limit has passed.
Yeah.
To get the chains broken.
To release her. Yeah.
And then the fucking end line, I want you to drive them mad.
What is Jazz gonna do? Because he's like...
Because that's my brother still.
Brother. I have to make it up to him. I'm sorry. But, like, almost, I can't wait for his arc to be like, I feel like I'm worthless and I'm nothing and Seba and, like, I need to, like, say sorry to him. but then growing into like, no, I have to take Seba down. Yeah. Like, no, I have worth. I'm going to save everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think that we're going to have like brother against brother, like for real though, on both sides?
Yeah. But I also can see Jazz being like, you've turned into this, but I love you. I'm going to save us by killing us together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I see that. So you don't think there's any chance of redemption for Seba?
No. I feel like they're like, okay, actually here's the truth. You can actually be a good person and like, and he's gonna be like, no, don't even care now. Don't care. I will be king no matter if it's my prophecy or not, if I've been played or not.
That's so true though.
He's gonna double down.
That's so real.
Oh,
do you think Adelina is gonna have redemption? Because I don't know. Because the last thing we saw of Adelina was her killing her father. And it was what because the dad just like he like knew and he nodded. He was like, okay.
And you could tell she was like,
she didn't want to.
Like, I have to. You could tell. That was such a moment too. Mm-hmm. I don't know, because she kind of starts off on that like, you're unhinged,
but then she slowly starts gaining humanity.
But then also she kind of doubles back.
But then there are moments. There are moments. Because she also, I think, feels for Australia, and now that she knows, like, this whole goddess that she's been praying to her whole life isn't actually a goddess?
But then she's been so, like, I need to be queen. I'm going to be queen. I'm going to be queen. Mm-hmm. But not as much as, like, Seba.
Yeah.
But like, that's been her whole thing.
Yeah. Because, like, he started from nothing.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he'd want power.
I think Delilah's going to take down Adelina. Seba and Jazz are going to go together. Because if Jazz is going to do it to save him.
Yeah.
I don't even know how this is going to end.
I know. I think that if anyone has a redemption arc, I think it would be Adelina.
You think?
I think so. Just because there are seeds of humanity that we've seen.
And she already kind of starts on that, like, darker bad.
She started the darkest.
Yeah. Do we think Calixto is going to end up being king? To, like,
I think maybe. If he didn't actually die.
Yeah. I think he'll be the one, if depending on how it goes, to like release her chains.
I think so. Because like at first I was like, ew, Calixto.
I know.
And also I was like, are they gonna try to force him to like get married like cousins?
I know. And he's like, she doesn't even know. Look 5 paces behind her door and like
the Jazz. Yeah.
So it's like, what's your play here?
Yeah. But also I'm like kind of like now.
I know.
I'm like,
I know.
Because he didn't know everything.
Right.
So I'm like,
him and Delilah.
I don't want them to be in here. I want Jazz.
Either way, I am so excited for our bloody souls.
Yeah. No, like, I'm gonna need Anna to, like, send us ASAP.
I don't care if it's your first draft. Let me read what we got.
Yeah. I don't even, like, it was so good.
Like, I'm so pleasantly surprised at how much I like this and how well written and structured. Like, this was a really good book, especially for debut, especially for, being given, gifted an arc.
Yeah.
Like, very, very happy and grateful that I got to read this.
I am very, very sad and emotionally damaged.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
Yeah. Maybe we should read more Shakespeare retellings.
Honestly,
because I'm like, wait.
I'm like low-key just like Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I have Shakespeare and I was like kind of like, wait, should I? But I don't want to spoil it.
I know. No, you have to wait.
I'll wait.
Yeah. So don't forget, My Keen Knife by Anna Davis just came out October 14th. Go grab your copy. Obviously, if you're still here, you've read it. Make sure we got the physical copy. We need that. And then stay tuned for Our Bloody Souls coming out October 6th, 2026.
Let us know in the comments all of your thoughts. Don't forget to put a little spoiler thing for folks who haven't read it yet. We need people to talk to about this.
And if you know any other book recommendations that are similar to this, let us know, because this was like, ooh, I need some more of this.
It's like a new genre unlocked.
I'm like, wait a minute.
I kind of like it.
I need it. So let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe.
hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos from us. We are going to have more reviews coming to you guys. We're really enjoying a lot of the books that we've been reading lately. We have another one that's another debut novel that we'd read. That the third book's coming out soon. Yeah, we've got a whole lot of good stuff coming at you guys soon. Also, we will be reaching back out to Anna to have her on our podcast to talk about her second book. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the.tbr.podcast. We have a bunch of other fun content there. You can get to know us a little bit more as well. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Bye.